Travis, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Travis, I can't hear you. Where's my volume button? There we go. Can you
All
hear
right.
me, Travis? Yes.
I can hear you now. Perfect.
Okay. Fantastic. Fantastic. All right. So you mentioned earlier when you were booking this reading that you're really concerned about the future of your new career, right? You're going into a new business, are you?
That's correct. So I want to look at the prospects for the future.
Okay. So what kind of business is this that you're thinking of?
This will be a counseling practice. So
Okay.
helping people better themselves and so on.
Okay. There you go. I just have to apologize for the noise in the background. The wind has changed direction and it's rattling all the doors.
I myself have to find a place out of the wind here.
Are you really? Okay. Yes, I looked out and I thought, wow, this is a real winter's day. It's like our winter's starting on time this year.
Yes.
Okay. Right, so Travis, I'm going to divide the cards into 3 packs first, and then I'm going to ask you to choose a pack for me, and we'll start with that one, all right?
All right.
Okay, choose for me, please. 1, 2, or 3.
Number 2.
Okay. Right, so let's see. Travis, this card says this is it. You're going to be going alone, right?
Yes.
Yes. Only one person can do it your way, and that's you. But it's pretty scary, right? And the world card says, you know what? It's time. This is karma's come around now. This is your opportunity to get going because you finished off with the past, and now it's this much better new future. Problem is that sometimes you are possibly wondering about how you're going to do it. I think you maybe have been thinking of what other people are doing, and are you ever going to get there, and can you do that? So I think part of the issue here is just feeling confident enough to actually step out and do what you know you can do. You just don't know how you're going to do that, right? Okay. So not only can the self-doubt cripple you, obviously as you start out something new, the financial issues are going to be an issue. You're not going to make as much as what you really need. So it's going to be like really, it's going to be slow going. So you need to just be ready to buckle down. And remember that once you get going, things are going to change, and they're going to change quite rapidly as well.
Okay.
Okay? Because we've got 3 cards here that actually speak of positive changes moving ahead. The death card is the outcome card here on this row. So we've got the world here that says this is karma calling. The wheel says the changes are going to take in the right direction. And death says don't be afraid to walk away. You know, just, you walk away from something, but you always are going to be walking towards. And that's what you need to be looking at is where you're going to go now. But it's like, this is fate. You know what? No matter what you did, you can't run away from this. I'm sure you tried before. Okay. And the 2 pages suggest that what's really important for you now is to actually start to focus on the message that you want to give the world. See?
Yes.
Page 1, he's announcing his message, right? And the Page of Pentacles is clarifying the service or the plan that you're going to have. All right, so that's like, it's going to involve a bit of homework, but whatever happens now, this is your game-changing moment, Travis, you know? It's definitely your game-changing moment. This is karma, definitely. And you know what? You know you're going to be good. You know you can do it. You just sometimes doubt yourself, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so no more time to look back. No more time to think, oh, okay, now you're already on that merry-go-round. You're on the roller coaster. You're going, you're getting there. And you know what's going to happen? It's going to go, whee! And you won't even look back. Okay, so the Ace of Wands comes up. That's a new beginning. Right now it comes up. It could have chosen a better time to come along this opportunity, right? So it's going to take a little while before you figure out exactly how you're going to be doing it. And it may feel like at the beginning that you're starting out, but like you're going to have to push this invisible wall. The invisible wall that's just like you know, it's going to push back at you. So don't let that pushing back hold you back at all, please. Because here, this is the Knight of Pentacles. This card says, here we have the confidence, the patience, the dedication, and the determination to just keep going until you get what you want. The Knight of Pentacles always says it's going to have a slow beginning, but it's going to be incremental growth, right? So you'll find, and I think maybe you've been wondering, are you going to actually be able to afford to do this? And the Knight of Pentacles says it will all fall into place step by step by step by step. So it's like, like those domino things where they lay out the dominoes and just get a start, the domino effect. Definitely. The domino effect only starts, the setting up takes a long time. The domino effect only starts when you tap that first domino. Okay.
So much sense.
So that's it. So here we've got another page here. This is also the page of communication and talking to people. So I would surmise that this career will be very, 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 very important to you and extremely satisfying. You see, because here you are, you sound like a very nice, gentle person, but the Knight of Wands says this is an influential card. This business is going to be influential because you'll be dealing with male energy in a very compassionate and practical and supportive way. So this is, these cards are, that's great. And of course, you're gonna make enemies along the way, right? Be careful. Don't tell your secrets to anybody, because this card says it's betrayal. Just watch. There are people who are going to be jealous of what you do, because I think looking at this, you're going to approach it from a slightly different angle, and so you're going to have to deal with professional jealousy. All right, I'm warning you now. It's going to be there all the time, right? You've got to have a really thick skin. Oh wait, you're a Scorpio, right?
That's correct.
Scorpios have their own shell. It has a soft spot, but don't take shit.
Keep my shell strong.
Exactly. So the Four of Swords is usually the card that says it's still going to take time. But when it comes up like this, it says, right, wakey, wakey. Do you smell the coffee? So you might try and second guess yourself. It's not going to work. You're going to just be impelled into it. The Ten of Pentacles is not in these cards, but it just says your treasures, the things that you value, family, love, friends, business, a little bit upside down. So I think you're going to struggle a little bit to sort out family priorities as well as doing what you want to do. Yes, so you're going to be stretched in many different directions as you go along. So it will be a great test of the things that you've learned, the things that you want to help people with. It's also going to help you to grow as yourself and deal with the other things as well.
That's
all right. So the next card that comes along. So let me see what I can tell you about the time frame. All right, the time frame I'm seeing here is going to literally everything that you're doing now, it will all finally click into gear in about 10 weeks to 10 months. All right, so that's the time frame where you're going to see the change. So you're going to be here for a while, and then you're going to you'll find yourself there. All right.
Understood.
So whenever you're ready to get started, you should just get started. You're gonna have to adapt along the way, because you might realize that maybe you approached it from the wrong action, the wrong point of view in the beginning. But you have to get started now, because by the time June comes around, that's when you'll be able to actually look at things. End of May, beginning of June, I'm seeing just around the change of the month. Then that you will then actually be able to see, okay, this maybe not, maybe I'll try that. So there's going to be some decisions coming up for you, and part of you will feel like you actually got to react on it very quickly. But the High Priestess, when she comes along, she says, there's always a waiting when the High Priestess comes up, and it's very much to do with how you move ahead. And from what I can see, there may be some issues, because I understand your mom's not well. So probably around the middle of the year, there may be some concerns about her well-being. And I think it could really be because I don't think she's a very good patient sometimes, right?
No.
I think you may actually have to kind of like be quite strict with her and say, listen, Mom, X, Y, Z, you know, and maybe even just encourage her, you know, to focus on the more passive side of her issues, because I think she's trying to fix it by keeping busy, but sometimes she might need to just relax a little bit into the process. So she's not going to be happy.
Of course, I'm already starting to deal with that.
Yes, yeah, and I think you might actually find she'll either get grumpy or sulky. I hope she's not listening. Okay, so she might get a bit grumpy or sulky, but you know, your concern will be there for her, and I think you'll be at that stage where you can actually deal with it. You know, it won't be such an issue. Okay, so there we go. Right, and then okay, in about 7 weeks' time, I think that's when your things are actually going to start taking off, where you can actually see, yeah, this is where the plan is, and I'm okay to go with that. But I really would suggest that you do a lot of work, because all of these cards that are coming up here, there's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so there's like a nice balance between what's in your control, which is how you're going to decide to do it and when you're going to start, and things out of your control, like these major energies. Now, and if you've ever studied psychology, you know, when you look at the work of Freud and Jung, they often speak about the archetypal energies in the person
Yes.
themselves. So your archetypal energies of taking charge and directing and being concerned for people. So this is going to actually draw out the caring side of your nature quite dramatically, and you may actually find yourself becoming exhausted without even realizing, because it's just going to be so much for you to deal with. Yeah. So I am seeing that by the time you get to September, that's the time when you need to have got everything in place, and gained a little bit of a financial cushion for yourself. But very definitely, this card, the Hermit, is actually the card of the counselor and the advisor. You know, he stands firm, he's on his little mountain of truth, and he holds up the lamp to see things in perspective. So this is really brilliant, because the beginning card was a 9 of Pentacles, which is you're going to have to go it alone. And the Hermit says, as you go along, you will actually find that your own intuition and wisdom starts to kick in. So despite all the outside challenges that you may have, you're going to find it's really going to deepen your insight into what you want to do, and into what you want to offer people, but also it will also help you understand or learn more from the very people that you're going to be working with as well.
That is so spot on.
Yes, and I'm also seeing you're not going to be alone romantically for a long time. But there's going to be an option or two that will come along, people that will be drawn to you, but you must be very careful, because they may be drawn to your counseling energy and come to you broken and want to be fixed, rather than coming to you as an equal, you know. So be very careful not to allow that people who know what you do as a profession to project onto you. They need to have a wise guide.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah. I think you've been down this road before, haven't you?
Yes.
Okay. So yes, I think that the emotional things will also start happening around about the middle of the year. But there'll be stop, start. Okay, so you shop around a little bit, but you won't buy anything. You understand what I mean?
Yes, definitely.
And you're also going to find, I think somebody's going to hook you up. Somebody, a friend of a friend, is going to say, hey, you know what? We're having this function. Why don't you come along? You might not want to go. And you could go. You could actually meet somebody there. Somebody who could really be a really nice friend, first and foremost. So while it may be lonely and a little bit challenging, definitely going to be an upswing in that too. But now let me just check on the money cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, so there are already 6 money cards up here. Oh, yes. All right. How are you going to be counseling? Are you going to actually work online, or are you going to be opening a little practice?
That's what I'm busy figuring out as I go along. At the moment, I am seeing 1 or 2 people, but online is also a good option that I'm looking at.
Yes, because I'm seeing if you were thinking of maybe doing it at home, this is not the right environment for that.
Yes.
Okay. And mainly just because it'll be difficult to create like a nice professional balance unless you have a dedicated room that you can fit out to look like, like a proper professional consulting room.
Yes, that's what I'm busy looking at the moment, trying to find a room to use as a counseling room practice.
So yeah, it might pay you to maybe go look around at places, areas in your environment where you could maybe rent an office or something. There might be holistic centers or something that does that.
Yes, that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, or even one of these shared offices. You can go and you just rent the office for a day or so.
Yes.
Because what I'm seeing here is temporary arrangements. Don't sign a long range contract for anything. Don't commit yourself to putting your business in your home either. So keep things as open as possible. All right.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. And I think that eventually along the way, you may actually find somebody in a similar line of work who would be more than happy to allow you to work with them in their space. So that's what I'm seeing. So don't go running trying to make it work for you. Just keep going as you are. And I think you're going to honestly find somebody who will like what you're doing and think that could actually add value to their business as well.
Okay.
It might be somebody like a homeopath maybe, or a massage therapist, or somebody who works along the lines of healing in some way.
Yes.
But it's like really, I'm just seeing, there's actually you've got no option. This is your horse now. You're going to ride it, okay? And I'm really seeing that it's going to work out quite nicely. Some of it along the way, you're going to be doing a lot of inner work as well, Travis. And you are and as you go along, it's going to actually add to your healing as well, right?
Yes, and that's what I'm finding as I'm going along. I'm growing myself.
Yes, absolutely. So here, third card that we drew here was the Page of Pentacles, which you're not quite sure how you're going to do that, but this is the card of somebody who's willing to learn. And whenever a person has got that willingness to learn and grow and invent it as you go along, it's almost like the universe starts to cooperate and brings you into the space where you actually need to be. So from going it on your own here, once again, we come back to this one, going it on your own and ending with somebody who will actually really appreciate what you do and maybe want to be in, it's a word, not quite cooperation, associate with you, I don't know, but you know what I mean.
Yes, yes.
Now, this is you, and this is you actually finding the place and the person that you can be okay with. Yeah. So for now, your working environment may not be exactly what you want, but you're still going to give it a go because right next to us is this your desire to help people. Oh, what I'm seeing here is maybe you would probably find yourself dealing with people who have issues with love and affection and self-love and self-acceptance. Is that something that you're probably thinking about? Yeah. And of course, how their attitudes affect the way that they think about themselves and accept or don't accept themselves, right?
Yes.
Because you're going to find that a lot of the people you get they don't fit in anywhere, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and because they don't fit in, they're actually deeply unhappy. So what they are looking for is that place where they can actually just, even if it's just for an hour and a half or so, be themselves without being judged.
Yes, exactly. That's what one person has said to me.
Yeah,
exactly
absolutely. So as I said, the cards are just telling me a really nice story. Oh, and yes, here we go. See the Six of Swords? That's the card of healing. And from what I'm seeing here is this is healing and this is the way that they think. So it's going, whatever you're doing, these people's healing will take time, because even when they think they're okay, there's still going to be holes in their defenses and negative energy can leak in, you know. So
Yeah.
from what I'm seeing here is that you may be counseling, but you do, and I'd suggest you look at offering like a mentoring or support package that you can offer people as well, right?
Yes, and I was actually thinking about that, funny enough, this morning.
Mm. So I'm looking here at a time frame for that kind of package. I would suggest that you give them about 6 weeks of mentoring as well, because you know in psychology, it's a well-known fact that you actually can only change a bad habit over about 6 weeks, right?
Yes.
So here you go, because now you'll have people who'll be coming to you with the bad habits and injuries, probably from the family, that were very shocked about where these people have gotten to in their lives, and that they're like judgmental or don't know how to understand or to work with them. And so that's one of the issues that you're going to be working with, is actually helping people to understand that they can still find their happiness even though the family doesn't approve of them. Yeah.
Yes.
So what you'll be creating now, because I'm looking at these cards, right? Here. So this is how they line, right? So here, this is their sadness that they've been dealing with for a long time that they haven't been able to share. This is their family that they don't fit into anymore, and so they're feeling quite lost and bereft, right? Okay. And this
Yes.
is their desire. They need to learn about what kind of new vision can they create of themselves, right? And that will, of course, entail dealing with those issues, but on the difficult issues that they're going to have to deal with. So it's going to take them quite a long time to actually get through this healing. So this is where you're not only just going to be a counselor, I'm seeing, but a supporter as well as a teacher. So you'll do counseling, but then you'll support and teach them how to think better about themselves and to make their lives better.
Which is exactly what I want to do.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that's absolutely brilliant. Yes, your learning process is going to be a little bit longer
Yes.
because it's all to do with your business and creating the proper pricing structure that's going to give you the kind of lifestyle that you require in order to just stay functional, right? And so what I'm seeing is that there's strong focus on the money, but it's also like, I think that might be something for you to look at, is that you piggyback something else with it. So don't just put all your eggs in one basket. Um, and I do know the Knight of Cups reverse says there's something that you could also do. You might not feel that it's right, but it is an old skill that you could maybe draw on uh, and use to just keep yourself going financially. And I remember you spoke about an option of something in the catering field, you know. And I'm seeing that maybe while you might not think this is always great, but it might be just something to help you just keep that balance. Because here we have the Two of Pentacles, which is the card that says making money coming from two different sources, right? But it's reversed. So money coming from two different sources, it won't be something that you have to do for long. But I think for your own mental well-being, you need to do it in the meantime so that you can say, okay, if I'm not getting anything from this, I'm going to get it from this.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm looking at. Between the counts, the catering, and I grow seedlings and sell herb and veg seedlings.
Okay, that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. All right, so eventually, as I said, eventually, I think by the middle of the year, that's when you're going to be able to see, okay, you can stop this and reprioritize that. Okay. All right. So then I'm also looking at your mom's health issues. I think the next 2 months may be quite important in helping her to deal with something. I don't know if it's like a re-diagnosis of something or dealing with medical issues.
Yes.
But I just see that it could be 2 months of, you know, discomfort for her, where she may almost like struggle to deal with things, because it looks like, you know, a lot of the cards are reversed. So it looks like that she'll be doing a lot of thinking about herself, and as I said, maybe a bit grumpy and uncooperative as she's trying to figure out what she really wants to do with where she is now.
Yes, but I think deep down she knows, even apart from the grumpiness, she knows what needs to be done and why I'm doing what I'm doing.
No, absolutely, absolutely. So yes, the changes. I think there's a lot of young people here. So I think many of the people that you'll be working with may be younger than you, or even teenagers, because the pages always speak about being younger people. So I often see them as between up until the age of 20, 21.
Yes.
So I think you may be talking to a lot of young people as well. Yeah. So yes, you might even find yourself almost like becoming like a father figure, mentor, big brother kind of person.
Yes, that's happened already once or twice.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah. And one of the big things that I see is one of your particular skills, Travis. You might not even know it, but is that you kind of like intuitively know when's the right time to talk and when's the right time to be quiet.
Yes.
And that is definitely something that will be drawn into you. And what I also see, Travis, is I get a strong feeling that you might be talking to groups of people in some way.
Okay.
Like not only just counseling people, but maybe having like a little support group or creating your own little community.
Yes.
I think that's going to be quite valuable.
Motivating the youngsters.
Yes, and and particularly as the temperance card always suggests, is knowing the right time and the right way to talk about things. It's a very special gift. Yeah. Oh yes, but your birthday is on the 11th, right? Yes.
On the 2nd of November. 2nd of the 11th.
2nd, yeah. All right. So in numerology, people who are born on the 2nd are very tactful and diplomatic. So I think you have everything you need to actually make this a success.
That is amazing. I really needed to hear that bit of guidance.
This is such a nice. I'm actually going to take a picture of this because this is like almost like a textbook explanation of where you are. I mean, I haven't told you anything you don't know, have I?
No, and everything is so spot on and pointing in the direction I want to go and need to go.
Yeah. Now you know why I love my cards so much.
That's it.
Okay. All right. So there's like so much to think about. So what we're going to do is I think Jeff's going to actually try and turn this into a recording for you. And he'll put it up on YouTube, I think, in a private link so that you can go and view it there. And if you want to, you can download it. Because I think there's probably a lot of stuff that you'd want to refer back to, as you get to the different phases of whatever you're doing. And so you might actually just want to be able to refer back to it to remind yourself of, that you are moving in the right direction.
Definitely, yes. It's always good to refer back to that.
Yeah. So I really like this. This is my favorite reading. I haven't gone any further into it. Let me just, because I've got to move them up a bit. So even though these are my smallest cards, you see, they're like really size of my palm. And I keep them especially for these intensive readings. Win. Okay. I think you lost him. Have I lost him? Okay. Oh, shucks.
That's.
He's still there. Yes, there.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Travis, you kind of like fading away, so I'm going to just finish this and then it will be there when you go look at it on YouTube, okay?
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Okay. All right, that's cool. Thanks for letting me do this. And I'm so glad we got this function working now, because now we can actually offer it to more people who really want to just be able to talk to me and not have to just message in the app.
It'll make life easier for you.
Okay, cool. All right, Travis, I'm going to say thank you for being here. And then I'm going to just carry on with the reading, okay?
Thank you so much.
Okay, pleasure. All right, so from what I'm seeing here, perhaps by the end of May, Travis, you are likely to have to deal with some issues of sadness and legality. So I think as you're winding up your old business, you may already start realizing that never mind what you're having to leave behind there. There's actually still going to be some opportunities that you could tackle with. And those opportunities, because I'm seeing here, your financial situation is going to be, what can I say, is going to be enough. There's not going to be much, but there's going to actually be enough for you to get on with things. I think you might actually find as you go along that there are people who actually like what you're doing and maybe even wishing to support you in some way. So that's going to be a real eye opener, because that support might come from people that you least expected. All right. And then, okay, I see a young child who's perhaps maybe moving away, who is going to cost you money. So I don't know if there's any studies or courses that a young person in your family might need. But I see, yes, there will be sufficient money to support your child. But along with that, wherever your child is going to be going, you might even spot another opportunity to share your counseling skills with people in some way. So, I think you're going to find that there's going to be a lot more ideas flowing, a lot more opportunities coming your way. Of course, it's going to be, a lot of it's going to be up in the air, and a lot of it's going to be quite challenging, like, how do I actually get to do this wherever I go? So, but what you do have here as the Empress is the second to last card. She almost acts like a guardian angel. So wherever the Empress is, she says, anything that you can do to nurture people, children, to grow things as you grow characters or you grow your garden. And this might be even your herb garden, your herbs actually taking off. So the Empress always says, when you're in the flow and you're doing the right things, it's like life then cooperates to help you grow what you want to grow. And yes, there's going to be professional jealousy, but you know what? You just have to shake that off, because you are, whatever you want to do is not going to be like other people are doing. You're going to do it in your special way. So even if other people have opinions, you might even think, you're just going to carry on doing it your way. So don't try and change for anybody else. There's enough changes happening here, but generally this is a layout that says you have no choice but to go along with this. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now I'm counting 13. I'm counting the major arcana. In the tarot pack, there are 21 major arcana cards. You have 13. Now, if that's not a sign that destiny is putting you in this position, you can't escape. So you're going to go along, and I think you actually here. The Ace of Pentacles, this is a card of success. Right, so that's row that it's in. Says you're going to struggle a bit. It's going to be tough. You're not going to find the place that you're happy with yet, but you're going to eventually end up making the kind of money and building the career that you've always wanted. So yes, Travis, you're going to just go for this.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I've been, since early teens, I've been drawn to this sort of thing. I felt that I've needed to do this.
Yes, absolutely. So the cards are just saying, it's like all the boxes are being ticked around you. You just have to climb into this bus and drive it now,
Oh, there we go. I'm going to go get in the bus quick.
Yeah, but climbing the driver's seat, right?
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
The right side.
Cool. All right, so I'm glad we could get this to work, Travis. I really am. And we'll upload it, and then we'll notify you when it's ready. Okay.
Perfect.
All right, cool.
I'm so
you.
happy got to do this.
And I hope you enjoy everything that lies ahead. But you know what? You got your cheerleaders on the side, right?
Yes. And I always get some good advice.
Okay, cool.